Hey, everybody. Hi, Molly.
Hello.
Boy, you got a belly rub there, don't you?
Ooh, yes, she wants them.
And that's one of the prerequisites to adopting her out is somebody's got to be able to take over for belly rubs, huh?
Absolutely, yes, she loves
Boy,
them.
boy, what a show we have going on today.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't ask our guest who wanted to go first because we got Monique's on her phone, so she's going to go first so we don't lose her battery. All right.
Perfect. Sounds
So
good.
and she has a dog I wanted to meet, Buzz. Of course, I wanted to meet Howdy too, because we got Howdy on there, and he's not Howdy Doody because he's got no freckles. All right, and as everybody can see, we don't have a producer today, so Molly will probably be doing most of the show. She just now heard that for the first time too.
Yeah, all good.
So now Buzz, well, I tell you, he's a good-looking boy, isn't he?
Cheers.
And Uh, well, we've got a video for Buzz. So no, we don't have a video for Buzz because I didn't have time and we didn't have enough content.
Right.
So we're going to bring Monique right on up here. And hi, Monique.
Hello, how are you?
Well, we're doing good. There's the little guy right there, huh?
Yeah.
He's right here trying to get treats out of my lap.
Imagine that, because he's a puppy. How old is he?
Yeah. He is 5 months old and he weighed about 50 pounds 3 weeks ago when I got him. He's put on quite a bit of weight. He was quite thin. He's going to be a really big boy.
Oh, cool.
He's as sweet as could be. Can you say hi, Buzz? He's fascinated with the treats.
I was gonna say oriented.
He
He's a stinker, isn't he?
He's actually so much fun. He's super sweet, super loving. His paws are literally the size of my hand, like fully extended. He's a lot of fun. He loves to play. He now wears a collar. He can walk on a leash. He is about 90% potty trained. He does really well. He goes right to the door now. He did get shaved because he was really matted and infested with fleas when I got him from the shelter, but he is free of all of that now, and his hair is growing back beautifully. He loves toys. It was great watching him learn how to play with toys.
Looks like he loves paper towels too.
Yes, he does like a paper towel. He loves to play with my other foster peer. He is full of energy right now because she just had an ACL operation, so she cannot play with him. So he's got a lot of energy right now.
So he's got to entertain himself.
Oh, yes, he does. He also is really good. I have a 30-pound dog that I had prior to doing rescue work. He's really good with Snickers. So he does like other animals. He loves bones. He loves to chew. He's a typical puppy. But he's really sweet, and he just wants to sit in your lap all day. He does not realize how big he is. So
have you ever met a peer that did realize how big they were?
Yeah, and just he's so young and he's so large. Even I forget how young he is, that he's only 5 months old. My other foster is a year old, and she's 85 pounds, and he's as tall as she is. So he's a pretty big boy, but he doesn't realize that he's that big. So,
well, between birth and a year old, their bodies grow about 3 times faster than their minds develop.
Yeah, and you can tell that as he's running from like the outside to inside. I have all hardwood floors, and he's like a skater. Like his feet just kind of go out, and he's just like sliding across the floor, shaking his head, grabs the quickest toy, thinking it's going to slow him down. He is so funny. He's like, he hasn't definitely grown into his body, and he's just kind of like clumsy all over. Super sweet. He paws you. He does a Pyrenees paw. He paws you for attention, and he loves to lean into you and give hugs and kisses. Considering he'd never lived in a home before, he is the sweetest thing. He really is very loving and kind, and just he's got all the traits that you really look for in a peer. He's a sweet boy. He's a really sweet boy.
Are his legs as long as they look?
Come here. Come here. Yeah, his legs are pretty long and his feet are ginormous. I mean,
Wow.
literally,
Wow.
let me see if I get. This is how big his feet are. Can you see him?
Wow.
That's my
Yeah.
hand.
My
So
goodness.
he's probably going to be a good 150, I think. I mean, he's a very
I had
large
one of
dog.
those.
Yeah,
Actually, I had a bunch of those.
yeah,
Because long time ago, the Pyrs only were two sizes, male and female, pretty much.
yeah. I think he's going to be an extra large male, and he's just thank you for the kisses, thank you, oh you're so sweet.
Now, did you
He
get him straight from the shelter, or did he go
Yes,
through
sorry.
headquarters?
No, I got the headquarters had me pick him up at the shelter.
Okay.
He only had a few days left, and we went ahead and picked him up. They actually kept the shelter open for me to go pick him up.
Wow, they
Um,
must have liked him.
yeah, they really did like him. They
How
felt
did they
terrible for.
get him?
He was on the streets, and I actually have his poster that they had posted. Lost puppy. Please come claim him, and nobody claimed him. And I'm like, I can't believe that he
Maybe
wandered
he
away
wasn't
from
lost.
somewhere.
Maybe he
Yeah,
wasn't lost. Could have been a number of things.
yeah,
Now,
but
how?
I mean, I'm so fortunate to foster him because he is literally the ultimate little love bug.
Yeah. And as soon as Rita heals up, she'll tell you the same thing too, right?
Rita loves him. I was really surprised because I don't want to say she's temperamental, but she is finicky with, like another dog coming into the house, and they have become the best of playmates. And when I
Wow.
brought her home from the hospital, I had like a baby gate up and I have her in my room. And Buzz was so excited to see her. He was trying to jump the gate to get to her. And she actually stood up and walked to the gate, and they kind of like rubbed noses and kissed each other. It was so sweet. It was just so
Wow.
sweet. Yeah, I
Wow.
mean they're both super good with like other dogs. And like I said, I have a blind dog and then I have a 30-pound dog, and they all just really do get along quite well.
Cool.
Oh,
Now, how
He,
long did you say you've had him? I'm sorry, Molly, and
um,
then you can take over.
I think 3 weeks.
Wow.
that's
Three
not too.
weeks.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Molly.
I
Sorry.
mean, in 3 weeks he's had his shots. He's been neutered. He has learned how to walk on a leash. He's gotten potty trained. I mean, he's so smart. He has to have one more round of shots before I can like have him groomed. He was on some medication due to the flea issue when I got him. His skin is cleared up beautifully because I mean he literally was so infested with fleas he was bleeding. You would never know. I mean, he's
Wow.
so beautiful. He looks like a little lion, and he walks like a lion. Hey, buddy. Oh, dirty.
Yes, he looks like he's gonna be big for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and he's just, I mean, his temperament is so calm, and he just is so sweet and loving, and all he wants to do is just like hang out. He has a lot of ticklish spots that I've discovered. He kind
Ah,
of leans into you like a Great Dane. He loves to lean on you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
So cute.
he's a really sweet boy.
yeah. Well, the
Right,
leaning
Buzz?
thing's an affection thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
um, providing
he's
there's no threat around.
oh yeah, and it's I mean, every other peer I've had has been a barker. I don't know if it's I forget how young he is, but he's not really a barker. Not yet.
Cool. Well,
It has,
I give
it
it a
has
few more months. He'll be just
yeah,
as annoying as any other peer, probably.
yeah, I'm sure Rita will train him well, but yeah, he's not really a barker.
Huh.
So,
Wow. So, what would his perfect home look like right now?
What? Want to see his paws? Here, wait. I can get a close up.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
So,
they're the size
i-
of my hand. Oh,
if he
I'm
was to
sorry.
be, if somebody wanted to adopt him tomorrow, what would his perfect home look like?
His perfect home would look like I'm not so sure about small children because he's so
He's a
clumsy
puppy, right?
and he's a puppy, and so he's pretty good so far with like his boundaries. I do have a fenced in yard. He has not tried to escape or anything on me. But his perfect home would be maybe with older kids, um, people that are home more with him because he really is. Even though he's big, he's a baby.
Very
So
good.
he needs lots of attention. He is
He-
really good about He is crate trained, so he stays in the crate. He listens really well. We're working on sitting. We're working on handing us his paw. So he's really moving along nicely, but he needs that attention from somebody who can dedicate time to training him.
Now, will he need another dog in the home because of his age?
I would think so. I mean,
Okay.
he's been with my dogs, and Rita's been a really good guide for him. He is very lonely without her, so
Yeah.
an
So
older
yeah,
peer would be
probably.
great for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but they got to be able to keep up with him too.
Yeah, they. I mean, Rita's a year old, so
Oh, that's what you mean by older. Okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
just older,
Gotcha.
or even another puppy. But he definitely loves being around the other dogs, and he missed her terribly. So another dog would be fantastic for him.
Okay.
For sure.
What is
There
going
he is
on
with
there?
Rita. So they like my ottoman, and so he was. I think that was about 10 days ago, right before Rita left for surgery. They were playing and had kind of worn each other out, and I said, "Hey, look at me!" And they both just kind of turned and gave me
Is
like
that
a perfect
okay?
picture.
Aw.
They're both. I'll tell you, he sure is one handsome boy, isn't he?
He is really, not only is he gorgeous, he's just his temperament, and he's just so sweet.
And
There he is
Rita,
shaved.
Rita is
That's
drop
Buzz
dead
shaved.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she's beautiful. And Rita was the same way. I mean, she had never lived in a home. My house was the first home that she had ever, come to. There he is on my bed. He loves pillows. In fact, I had to throw one out today because he liked it a little too much. But he that's the day I picked him up. He was so incredibly broken. He wouldn't look at you. He just put his head in the back of the
Wow.
seat. And I lived 30 minutes from that shelter, and he stayed that way the entire time.
Wow.
It was heartbreaking just looking at him like that.
Do you take him in the car anywhere now?
I have taken him. He does like car rides.
Oh, good.
He likes with the window down. He thinks he can lick the air, which is kind of funny. So,
Looks like he likes the mud too.
yeah, he does. That's when they found him. So that was his poster from the shelter.
Oh, so he's in the shelter there.
That was his. But that's the day I think they picked him up from the shelter. There he is at my house.
He
He
looks
does.
grateful to be. He looks grateful to be out of the shelter.
He does.
Yeah, I mean, it was so sad when I picked him up. I've never seen a dog that would never look you in the face, and he just put his head on the back of the headrest, like, I'm so happy to be out of there. It was heartbreaking. I had to take him back to get him fixed, and
Oh
he
boy.
looked at me and started crying, and I started
Oh
crying, and
no.
the lady was like, "It'll be okay, it'll be okay," and I was like, "Buddy, I'm coming back for you. I'm not leaving you here. I promise."
So
And
so who
it was
was the
terrible.
lady? So who was the lady convincing you or Buzz?
She was trying to. I wasn't gonna leave. I was so upset. I felt so bad, and they literally had to pick him up and carry him back there because he
Oh,
just did not
boy.
want to be there. I felt horrible for leaving him, but he did
Wow.
great through getting fixed. He had no issues.
Well,
His
yeah, he was
skin is
out. He was asleep.
yeah. Yeah, but even afterwards, he was so much easier than my females getting fixed. He's really had zero issues at all. So his skin
Wow.
is cleared up beautifully. His hair is growing back nicely. Pretty soon, you'll never know that he had a really rough beginning.
Yeah, but he didn't have any hair back there. That's for sure.
Yeah, well,
mhm.
they completely shaved him. I have a picture. I didn't want to send it, but literally his skin was bleeding. I mean, it
Yeah,
was
no,
just
you could have
terrible.
sent it. I probably wouldn't have displayed it.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, I mean, the condition that he was in was heartbreaking. But I mean,
Wow.
he's healed up beautifully, and his personality has just really started to blossom. And he's just super, super sweet. And he's very food motivated with like treats. He likes dog bones. I buy him some bones to chew on. He really has not chewed any of my furniture. He did get a hold of a pillow, but for a puppy, I mean, he's really doing great.
Well, you had no idea that was a dangerous pillow, and he took care of it for you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now, in the beginning, you couldn't give him a bone while anybody else was around because he was guarding it, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty food. Even with like water, a bowl of water, he's just come so far overall. He'll drink water out of the bowl with the other dogs. He is, I let him have a bone out and on the, out in the house. Before it was just in his crate, but we're still working on the food in the crate. But it's baby steps, and we're getting there.
Plus, he's only been there a few weeks.
And he's only been here for. I mean, he has just grown by leaps and bounds.
And
And
that's
that's what I
that's
said.
what I watch for is what's the progress. And always remember, any progress is still progress. Okay.
Right.
So, but he looks like he's a high achiever.
Yeah, he went from being in a shelter to sleeping on a bed with like lots of pillows. He digs himself a little like hole and then just kind of lays down, and he's so sweet because he looks at you like thank you. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just he's so
How did he
sweet.
do? Okay, we know how he did when you dropped him off to get neutered. What did he do when he saw you picking him up?
It was hard because they told me to like be careful with him, to keep the cone on him.
Well, I mean, how did he greet you is what I mean.
Oh, that was the hard part. He kept trying to jump on me, and they're like, "Oh, you have to keep him calm." That wasn't happening. And he does this. I don't know if I can get him to do it, but I don't want to say he growls like a lion, but he makes like this grunting noise. And so like if I have food or something and he wants it, he makes this grunting noise. So when I picked him up, he did the grunting, and I knew he was okay. So, and I was crying. He was licking my face and jumping on me. And I was like, no, we can't open up our stitches. But he did really, really well. He didn't even wear the cone except for the first night. And he's that good.
So he wasn't a licker. Wow.
Nope, not a licker at all. Can you say hi? Can you say hi?
If I might give you maybe a tip of the day, you said the shelter's 30 minutes away. Maybe you can take him back one of these days and just you walking around for a few minutes and then turn around and leave and see if that does anything for you.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I was a lot more traumatized than he was, although they did have to pick him up to bring him in the back. I mean, they were like dragging him, and he was like, I don't want to be here. I want to go back with her. So,
Well, just going to the shelter the first time was probably a traumatic event for him. So,
right.
And then it triggered when you took him back, and then it untriggered when you picked him up. How about
Yeah.
that? Funny how that works, huh?
He sounds like a great dog, and it sounds like you're doing lots of great work with him, Monique.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thanks.
He's
He's been so much
Society.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's been a lot of fun. I was worried about having, I have to constantly remind myself because he's so large that he's only 5 months old. But Rita's been a great guide for him. In a couple of weeks, she should be up and running around, and we'll be back to normal. And I can't wait for like his next level to like accelerate because she's so good with him.
Wow.
And in the
Again,
meantime,
you also got to remember you got to be careful what you wish for too.
I know, but they're really good together. In the meantime, I'm the playmate.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Well, turn it into a partnership, and you'd be surprised how far you'll go with that. Even with a puppy.
He is.
Cool.
He's a blast. I mean, he will make like the perfect addition to any family because he's just so adaptable and so loving. I mean, I think of all the things in 3 weeks that he has changed and endured since being in the shelter and leaving the shelter, and he's still like the sweetest thing out there. And I'm just mesmerized at his resilience.
Wow. So the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where you'll find, and his bio is brand new. You won't get to be the first one to read it because I think I stumbled on it first. But his bio's up there. He's public, and you can read more about him right there on it. He's got his own webpage, and yeah, he's a superstar. So
Yes.
wow. Now, can you stay for the rest of the show if your battery holds out?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. And if you disappear, we'll know what happened.
Okay.
All right. Wow. So see that way too. If we see him doing something cute, everybody gets to see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you sit? Can you sit?
Now we got a superstar coming up.
We do.
All right. And this Howdy, and with no freckles, so no duty at the end of it. And he has now he's the one that has a little bitty video, and I did confuse Howdy's video with Amos's, so now I don't remember what tune I put with Howdy's videos, but we're going to find out right now because we're going to play it and bring Kara up. That's it, right? That's not it. Boy, you have a superstar, Kara. Hi, Kara. Okay, and what's wrong? Why can't we hear you? Let's see. You're not muted, unless I'm deaf. Say something.
Oh, can you hear me
Oh,
now?
there you are.
Yep.
I got to turn you up a little bit. That's what I'll do. So we'll let Molly take over on with you. I just have one question.
Yeah.
Do the firemen come over and visit him?
No, thankfully, he hasn't had to have any firemen come over. No, he's been a good boy, staying on the ground.
And you weren't even aware that was him that did that.
No, I didn't even think about it because he hasn't done anything like that.
Awesome.
So, no clue.
Awesome. That is, Of course, you got a different fence too. Your fence doesn't have any footholds either, does it?
No, there are no footholds for him.
Oh man.
All right.
So
All right,
how long-
Molly, if you have some questions, now's your time.
Yeah. How long have you had him now, Kara?
I don't really know. It's definitely been at least a month. Hey, buddy. Yeah.
Is he that easy? You don't even pay attention to time?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Wow.
He actually is like really easy. This is what he does during the day. Yeah.
Okay.
And how old is he?
Like 6.5, 7. So the thing is, though, is that he doesn't, other than sleeping like this, he doesn't act like he is that old. He can get very boisterous, and
he's got pep in his step.
A lot of pep in his step. Loves to go on walks, and as soon as he sees the leash come out, he's bouncing around everywhere. He's good on the leash, but he loves to go for his walks. Oh, am I interrupting your nap?
I'll tell you what, his pictures makes him look much younger.
Yeah, he doesn't look like an old dog at all. Like you can kind of tell with his teeth that he's a little older, but he doesn't act like a dog that is the age he's supposed
So
to be.
this is one of those dogs that makes you wonder who didn't want this dog.
Mhm.
Why is he in rescue?
Yeah, because he's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. I mean, they usually are, but he's just such a sweetheart.
Was he timid at all when you first got him?
Not really. So he is a Velcro dog for sure. Where I go, he goes. If I leave this room right now, he'll come with me. But he's not terribly timid. No.
Okay. That's awesome.
Is he an only dog in your house?
No, we have a dog. We have our own rescue peer named Percy, who's about 4 or 5, so a little bit younger. And they're okay together. They're not bonded. Howdy doesn't really play with Percy. I think I've seen them play like once or twice. But
But
they
he
do-
plays. But he's self-entertaining.
Yeah, and he likes.
I see it. He's entertaining himself right now.
He does like to go outside and run, and there are other dogs on the other side of us, and he likes, run up and down the fence line and bark at them, and he'll run around. Like if we're playing with Percy with a tennis ball, Howdy doesn't know what to do, but he'll run along beside him. He just knows like we're running. There's something happening. We're running. So he's really good about that.
Oh boy.
Very nice.
Wow. Now, he doesn't. Whoever photoshopped that, I fixed it for him because they cut off at the bottom and it wasn't right. But anyway, there's another picture. I even took the wrinkles out of it, but I missed it. I uploaded this one instead. He's right. He does not look as old as he is, does he?
No, he definitely doesn't. And I think that he probably needs to gain a little bit of weight as well. So I think he's going to end up being a little bigger. He gets like super submissive like that when he wants something.
I was going to ask you what was going on here.
Yeah, I think just wanted me to pet him. So he comes up, and if you don't pet him or give him what he wants, he definitely puts his head down and it's just like,
oh boy.
Yeah.
So he doesn't beat you up with the peer paw. He goes the other way.
Yeah, he'll do it a couple of times. He'll do it a little bit, but not nearly as much as other peers that I've had or my current peer does. Like my peer will just jump up on me. Like if one paw doesn't do the trick, he'll just full on jump on me, pounce. Howdy doesn't do that at all.
Wow. I've got all 32 seconds of that video from headquarters down there. You know that.
Where does he
There was a video, did you?
Sorry, what was that?
I got Howdy's video from the headquarters down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't remember if I took the audio out of it or not. It may mute us. Oh, the audio.
Oh, Howdy.
No, I had Kara, where does he normally sleep now?
He sleeps usually either on the floor next to my side of the bed, or he'll go into the bathroom to sleep on the cold tile floor. But he never sleeps far from where we are. He doesn't tend to sleep on the dog beds very much. I mean, they're there and it's an option, but he either wants to be on the tile or just next to me.
Wow. He's something else, isn't he? And smart. Let's talk about how smart he is.
He's a smart boy. He knows what he's supposed to do and not do. And
I think I read that he might even excel to fix somebody's Wi-Fi when it goes down. I think that's in his bio.
Are you that smart? But look, he opened his eyes at barking. That's all you're going to get.
He is alive.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you're going to get. He will come alive at night, though. But during the day...
Well, I would expect that. They go to work when we go to bed.
And I'm at work at home during the day, and he knows that that's when everyone has to be calm and quiet. So...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That is smart dog.
I'm telling you.
It's a good thing he didn't. Good thing he doesn't have any thumbs because he'd be driving your car right about now.
Yeah, my husband is the one who likes to kind of train them, so he's gotten Howdy to, sit, shake, do all of that good stuff.
So he does good with men too.
Oh yeah. He's great with them, and we have cats. He's good with the cats. He, for the most part, ignores them. Um, one of our cats is younger and is always kind of getting up in his face, and so Howdy and our peer will try and play with that cat, which is not good because he's significantly smaller. But
Yep.
if you tell him no, that they're doing too much, he quits. He listens really well. When you tell him no, he stops.
Wow, that's good because he has no idea what no means either. Wow.
So he knows it means, for him, he's learned that it means stop whatever you're doing and like look at mom. Like stop and look. Like what's
There
happening.
you go. So there is an action to it. Good. I like that.
Yeah, he's doing great. So he would do really well, I think, in a family that is okay with him doing this and nothing, but is also gonna take him on his walks that he wants to do every day. He will.
But what about a snuggler? Is he a snuggler or not?
He's not big on cuddling with us, but that doesn't mean that he wouldn't be with his forever family.
Right. Well, some people don't want a dog up, snuggling with them all the time either. I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, he's always near me and next to me. I've never really tried to get him to cuddle with me. When I get down the floor to like pet them or whatever, he's fine with it, and he'll lay next to me.
I see that. You're laying next to him.
He doesn't put his head in my lap or anything like that, but
he doesn't have to. You're contacting him.
I don't know if he would if given that opportunity and with a family who tried to get him to come out of his shell a little bit, because for the most part, I just let him be, and it sounds like I don't want him to think that this is forever home.
That's right. Because obedience and compliance never works out with Great Pyrenees.
Yeah.
Because they're so good at making choices. All right.
Yeah.
So wow, great. Once again, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. Who didn't want that dog? Jeez.
He's such a good puppy.
Right there, it's on the screen. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org.
Yeah.
You get Buzz. Hey, maybe get Buzz and Howdy together. Yeah, I bet he would like Buzz. Nah, Buzz is awful, jumpy and puppy-like.
He might like a slightly older companion.
Maybe. Or now, could he be an only dog? Do you think he would fit in like that?
I think he probably could, just because of the fact that he doesn't really interact a ton with our dog. I mean, they'll go outside together, kind of walk around together, but
they just didn't hit it off.
Yeah, no, there's no cuddling.
But they're not fighting, so that's major plus right there too. So
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
They're just
that's amazing.
They just know that they both live here. They're like roommates, and that's fine with them.
Wow.
He sounds like a great dog.
Okay, now we know who didn't want him. Just somebody that sucks. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, he's very talented.
Lori doesn't pull many punches.
No.
Lori is in New York, and she's the Newfoundland lady. She's the one that brings the Newfies on. So,
and I think Howdy was found as a stray, as far as I know.
Okay.
So.
All right. No freckles, so it's not Howdy Doody either.
No, I mean, it doesn't stop me from calling him Howdy Doody.
All right. So now, what would his perfect home look like? I know you went into some of it, but
yeah.
Would he do well with younger children?
I think that he would, just because he's a little boisterous, but he's not super boisterous. He's not going to run into a kid and knock them over, probably. But he does want to be a little bit active. If we take a 30-minute walk at night, he loves it. He's fine. He thrives doing that. He will get antsy if he doesn't get to do that.
Oh, so wow.
He needs a home where they will get him out and being a little.
Well, that's your true exercise is structured.
Yeah. So he doesn't. He may want to go for a run. I don't take him for runs. I don't know how well he would like that, but he does want to do a walk, and he wants to be with his people he's okay when we leave him for a few hours, but he really is a Velcro dog and wants his people to be around.
And he stayed off your roof too.
He thank God, because we live in a 2-story house. But yeah, he stayed off the roof. He hasn't tried to climb over the fence. And look, we even have a fence that's kind of leaning right now because of the Hurricane Beryl that came through that we haven't repaired. He hasn't tried to go through it, knock it over.
How did he do during the hurricane? How hard did you get hit?
It wasn't good. Wasn't great. I mean, we're like in Houston. It passed right over us, and he was okay. He was a little nervous. Wasn't full on panicking. He wasn't trying to, climb under a bed or anything where he didn't fit. You could just tell he was a little nervous. He did fine though. Going outside to go to the bathroom, as long as we took him out the front. He doesn't, want to get his feet too wet.
I get that.
He lives in a house, so.
Yeah. But at the same time, I've seen some Pyrs go wading across and then swimming across a pond before too. I've never had one that would do that, but
this guy's not going to do that.
Okay, good. He stays dry. That's his
He
goal.
does, yeah.
Wow.
He sounds great.
Thanks for fostering him. That was great. And by the way, you said good thing he stayed off your roof. Always remember Alistair. He was on top of a roof of a 2-story.
Oh my God. I'm so glad that he has not done anything like that. No.
I want to know how they got him down. They said he climbed down.
Oh my God.
Well, he went out on a little small balcony on the 2nd floor, and it has a canopy like old Victorian type thing. And he got up on it, walked right under the roof, and remembered how he did it. So that's how he got back down too.
Wow.
2 days later, they did call the fire department.
I've seen our neighbors' cats at the top of their 2-story house, but those are little.
That's a cat, though.
I know, but if I saw a full-on dog up there, I would freak out. So
yeah, we had a smaller female Great Pyrenees quite a while ago that got adopted, and it looked like we was going to get pictures of a Great Pyrenees in a tree, but that little branch broke. I've never had to fetch a Pyr out of a tree, and I told her, if you got to fetch a Pyr out of the tree, there better be pictures accompanying this.
Oh my God.
Simple as that. So
yeah, I think now that he's in a place where he feels safe and comfortable, he does not feel the need to climb onto the top of it.
Buzz would be the one to get stuck in a tree, though, I think. He's that's one. I tell you, Buzz is a high achiever, big time. That's a good thing. And so that means whoever adopts Buzz has got to be prepared for that. Whoever adopts Howdy's got to be prepared for that. Okay. And adoptions are down. So man, all I know is there's people missing out on some really good dogs here.
We don't call him Buzz Lightyear for nothing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And besides that, the breed, there's no other breed as loyal as this breed. And I've got proof of that, by the way. So anyway, Debbie remembers Alistair. That's right. She was his foster. Right, Debbie? I am right, I think.
Yes.
Oh, so many dogs. I work with 8 rescues. Sometimes I get confused, like I did on the tune for his. That tune I was talking about, that was on Amos. Sorry. Didn't mean to confuse everybody. So, man, thank you. Can you stay for the rest of the show?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Because we still have Bailey coming up.
We do.
Yes, we do. As soon as I figure out how to make everybody the same size. There we go. I've only been using this software for 4 years. I haven't learned it yet. All right. So, Bailey, let's just play her video. I don't have to introduce her after we play the video.
Exactly.
There we go. Poor Julio.
Yeah.
Boy.
He's working on his own peanut butter bone, so he's not too upset right now.
No, I mean trying to keep up with that young girl.
Definitely.
Have you ever had a foster that he didn't like? I didn't think so.
No.
He's been great with every dog we brought
Yeah.
home.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. And if we have time, we'll go into him a little bit, talk about the struggles, and now there's not. How
Absolutely.
did that happen? Anyway, so Bailey, how old is she?
She's about 2.
Oh, another puppy.
We're still young.
Yes, very much
so.
a puppy, a toddler.
Now, when you got her, she pretty much didn't know anything, did she?
She knew how to be naughty.
She knew how to potty? Okay, good.
No, be naughty. Not,
That's a relief.
she is potty trained, but no, she knew how to be naughty.
Mhm.
So we're working on that.
Okay.
She's
What has she learned? Has she learned anything new? Because that was one of the things I said we got to give her some knowledge.
Mhm.
How did she receive that? Okay.
Yeah, she's taken really well to laying down. She did
Good.
not want to do that at all at first, but now she's definitely becoming more.
Ah!
Yeah.
I love it. She doesn't have a very big bark right now.
Not if not the right thing doesn't come by.
Now, how long of a walk do you take her on? Does it?
we
I mean,
we've
you
been
can take her on long ones.
we've been averaging about 5 miles a day.
Holy crap!
We've
Yeah.
gone up to 8.
And you don't have to carry her back.
No.
We could probably go further if it was cooler out. We did 3 miles in the rain this morning. She likes the water, so thank goodness for that because it's been very wet here. And yep, she likes to exercise. She's very active.
Mhm.
I've
Okay.
taken her running with me too. She's a good running partner.
Yes. for
That
sure.
would be the good partner for Buzz because she's just the right
Yes,
age.
For sure.
Yes, that would be. Yep.
Yeah, she
See,
definitely.
see there, Monique. I'm trying to get him adopted for you, but I don't think Molly and Tommy's going to adopt him.
I think we're good with Julio for now.
Because wow, she's gorgeous too.
She's
Yeah.
adorable. She's very cute, very sweet. She's
Her-
just busy.
Yeah, her fur is definitely growing in a lot better. She's got a very interesting coat. It does seem to kind of mat easily, so we do have to spend quite a few
Oh,
days.
really? She's got a fine coat.
It's more like coarse, like
It's
a
like
really
sheep
coarse,
wool.
yeah, like sheep's fur. It doesn't come out in like long pieces. It comes out in like clumps. So I think
Oh,
she's still just
okay.
her initial, I think, because she was a stray as well and pretty mad at, I think, when the shelter found her, and she was covered in paint.
Yeah,
So
with what you're describing, it sounds like a Maremma sheepdog, but
yeah,
the coat I'm looking at's not.
Yeah,
it's definitely getting longer for sure. It's still, I think
She's
it's
awful young still.
yeah, but she's quite cute. She definitely, like, for whatever reason, still kind of has a helmet head like a puppy. So.
Mhm.
Now, how long have you had her?
Going on 2 months now. Yeah.
Huh.
So it's been a little bit of a journey, and she's making progress.
And how did she come into? How did the shelter get her?
We're not sure. I think she was a stray.
I think she came in covered in spray paint.
So Texas is the king and queen of strays, huh?
Yes.
Definitely a lot of strays for sure.
Okay. And we got to let we got to let Utah know that this isn't a contest, all right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will
Now,
ship.
so she's learned a lot of skills since she's been there, obviously,
She has. Yes.
because she really sucked on the leash when you first got her, didn't she?
Yes, we're getting better.
Mhm.
We're in an apartment as well, so
Right.
there's a lot of stimulation as soon as we open the door and go outside. So just trying to not get too excited about all the friends that she could potentially make.
Mhm.
She's getting better. Definitely can still use some work with that. And like I said, we're definitely getting in our practice every day because we're walking a lot.
Mhm.
Right. I want to talk about that apartment for a second. Now, you guys have fostered a few dogs. Had any of them that you had fostered in the apartment get adopted to an apartment that you know?
No, they've
Not a
all,
one,
no,
but they probably could have, right?
a couple of them. Yeah,
Okay.
some of them need the
Like
yard.
Julio, but he got adopted to an apartment.
Yeah.
He's content in an apartment, but
Yes.
Okay.
I think he would definitely do better in a house with a yard
Yep.
and a young playmate, because she does like to wrestle and zoomy, and she tries to get Julio in on it, but he's a little curmudgeon at the time. So
Well, he's going to town on that. What is that? A marrow bone?
It's a peanut butter filled bone. Yeah. So we put it
Okay.
in the freezer, and that kind of keeps her going a little bit longer.
And where's Julio in relation to her right now?
Behind the couch.
he's over there.
Okay, but she knows he's there,
Yes.
Yep.
so
Mhm.
there's no resource guarding with this girl.
No,
No.
no.
They steal stuff back and forth, and they're fine together. They do
Okay.
this.
Wow. So another one who didn't want this dog.
Yeah,
Of course, then again, you had to earn your way into where you're at. So
for sure. And I think we're still working on it. Just because, yeah, she's definitely the independent thinker.
yeah, I just saw her helmet head a second ago.
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
He's adorable.
I
And
think she would do great with Buzz. I do.
Yeah.
Now, all three of the dogs today are in Texas. You guys anywhere near each other?
Kira
in
is in Houston, but I think Monique is up near Dallas.
Dallas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she would have had to play with Winnie, the blind dog. But
Yeah.
now that's great news. Winnie was on the show early on, and she got adopted.
She did. Yeah. She went this weekend, I think.
And her mom, her human mom, has similar handicap as she does. But she's
Yes.
just not totally blind. That's all.
Correct.
So sounds like the perfect match to me.
Absolutely.
So what would Bailey's, if she was to be adopted tomorrow, what would her perfect home look like?
I think she would do well in a home where they're very active. She loves going for rides in the car. She loves going for walks. She likes to play. So she likes to have things to keep her busy. And somebody who also has some time to spend with her. I think we still got some things to work on and some training. And she's a smart cookie. So I think she would do well with just somebody who's willing to put in the time to work with her and to keep her busy.
Yeah, well, you got to work with dogs. Any dog, doesn't matter what age. You got to give them knowledge, especially if they're new to your home. Okay, but puppies, they're puppies. Okay, look how cute she is.
Yeah.
Wow, she's almost as good looking as Rita, huh?
No, it's saving grace for sure. But she also likes water. She doesn't quite know how to swim in water that's deeper than her, but she loves water for sure.
She likes playing in the water.
Yes.
She also likes ice.
So
Yes.
her perfect home would have a plastic couch, or at least a plastic cover.
Yeah, for sure. That we keep blankets on the couch most of the time.
Okay, now, wow, she's she's a good looking girl. How much does she weigh? I almost.
So when we got her, she was 67, but she's definitely put on a little weight. She's probably between 70 and 75.
Okay, so you haven't had the opportunity to reweigh her yet.
Not yet, no.
Okay. And Julio loves her, right?
Oh yes, he really does. If only he
Speaking
were-
of Julio, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. Bailey is public. She has a bio, and because Molly and Tommy won't let her go without a bio. All right. And
Yes.
right there, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. She has her own webpage.
Mhm.
And Julio, you won't find because he got adopted by his foster mom. So, and anyway, speaking of Julio, there was a handful.
He was.
Let's play his video before I forget. How about that? We made him 5 videos. Okay. And that's Laura. Her 6-month-old pure Rebel. Rebel was a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and so was Rip, the Newfoundland. He's a Landseer Newfoundland, one of the black and white ones. I'm just rambling while I look for what I did with. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. For the record, Julio's not available for adoption, just so you know. Now, what you guys didn't tell me that he wasn't threatening Daisy when he would make those motions with his acted like he was going to eat her. But but I had to look at that a couple, 2 or 3 times before I saw what was going on.
Yeah.
And so don't ever misunderstand your dog's signals. But he had a quirk, and
A couple.
Yeah.
the couple.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
he? What was the big one? He didn't like men, did he?
Strangers.
Strangers
yeah.
in generally, but especially men.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your social life was was tanking out, and you had to do something because you weren't getting rid of the dog. We know better than that.
Right. Yep.
So, wow, how long did it take? You used one of your fathers as a test subject, if you may.
Yes.
And her cousin. Yeah. Her male cousin.
My cousin took one for the team, and it was a
Yeah,
long.
so how did you do that? Did you call him up and say, "Hey, Dad, will you come over and see if Julio's going to eat you?" We're
That's
just testing.
Part of the problem because our families both live in Wisconsin, so we didn't have a lot of opportunities to bring some people we felt comfortable
That
with.
was Is that where your dad lives?
Both of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So, wow.
But yeah, the first time.
That's actually a blessing
Yeah.
because you got to kill the stranger and the man part.
Yes. Yeah. And the first time her cousin came, we had him about 6 months.
You know how this works.
Yep.
Something cute.
But then her cousin came back about a year. We had Julio for like a year and a half, and Julio did so much better. Like he actually got pets from him, and so it took him a long time to get comfortable.
So how many times was your dad there actually in that amount of time? 3, 4, maybe?
He stayed with us, so he was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, see, now that's the part that doesn't count because Julio's waking up with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably the whole combination that you did was what set him up for perfect adoption.
Yeah.
Because the first time we had somebody stay with us for a weekend, he was on the leash the entire weekend because he continued to try to go after them.
So why was he on a leash?
So that we could keep him from getting into trouble because he was trying the gap.
See, it's okay to put a leash on your dog indoors to keep your dog safe.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing is keeping the dog safe.
Right.
Anytime a dog can't get to a human and bite them, you're keeping your dog safe. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
He was definitely one that the perfect example of patience with a rescue. I mean, it took months for him to become comfortable with us. But yeah, once he came here, now he's easy.
He's easy.
I don't believe dogs have a like or a dislike because they have something that's even more important than that, trust or not trust.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what his problem was. He wasn't trusting. Okay.
Correct.
And that's a heck of a feat. And how long did you say it took before you were comfortable to bring visitors?
Oh, probably at least, probably 9 months to a year before we felt like really comfortable.
Okay.
But yeah.
So, you know what that tells me? Somebody emotionally abused him. Physical abuse, don't go punch a peer because they don't know flight typically. They're going to stand their ground and you're going to be in deep doo-doo if you go abusing a peer physically. Now, problem is emotional abuse. They don't have a defense against that.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can tell he was the emotional abuse guy for sure.
And don't ever do that in front of a rescue person and let them see you emotionally abusing a dog. You may not survive that one.
Right.
Right. Or make you wish you didn't survive that one. That's probably the better way to put that. Wow. So how long have you had Julio now? Because he's pushing 7, isn't he?
Yeah, almost 2.5 years.
Yeah,
wow.
So we officially adopted him after we'd been fostering him for 2 years.
And I loved it when you adopted him because I didn't know, but I was starting to get worried because you guys started putting a lot out there. And I got to see him again and I'm thinking, oh crap. He had no business leaving there, and you guys knew that.
He's a good boy. We love him.
Right. It's one thing raising the bar, setting him up for success, but it's another thing, and the problem is what you had to do this. Okay. Nobody will ever have that attachment that you guys have. So wow, cool. But if you wanted Julio, you have to go to findanother.dog.com.
Yeah. Howdy's about the age that Julio was when we adopted him. He seems like a good boy too.
Yeah, look at that. He moved. Howdy moved.
He's
Yeah, there
He
you go.
moved. See, something cute. Just move. Oh boy, look at Buzz. Look at this. We got to get him back up there for a second. Sorry, guys. Oh, well, Molly knows this is what I do.
Yes.
He's gorgeous. Look at him.
Yes.
He is
Look at
so-
those ears.
Yes. You say hi? Thank you.
And his fur is growing back nicely.
It
But
really
he
is.
definitely has a helmet head, doesn't he? Wow.
Yeah, he's gonna be a gorgeous dog for sure.
Did he have any of that resource stuff? He is the one that has some resource guarding. Sorry.
But
I meant to ask. I did ask if Howdy. What about Bailey? Did she guard her resources early on, Molly?
not at all. Nope.
Wow. See, who didn't want these dogs? What Buzz was doing is a natural behavior for any animal because it's vital to their survival. Okay. And Buzz is turning into a puppy on you, Monique. And he's making me tired. So I'm going to look at Howdy for a second. That way I can calm
you
down.
say
Oh my goodness. Look at Bailey.
And I think Debbie had asked if she was okay with kids or cats. It's going to be a no-go on the cats and no little kids for her.
Who's
either.
that? Julio?
No, this
Bailey.
Bailey.
Oh, Bailey. Okay. No on the cats, right?
She
Correct.
likes to chase whatever she can, even like a cricket. She's on it.
Okay. That's not a prey drive because chances are that she wouldn't harm it if she caught it.
Right. She's trying to play.
That
but
makes it a play drive
yeah, she's still a little rough.
because Guardian wouldn't be a very good guardian if they had a prey drive chasing squirrels all over the place, let the wolves in. So,
Right.
but some of them do. All right.
Yeah.
At least we think some of them could. You don't know until you catch them. You're not going to knowingly let them catch them if you got the ability to stop them. So that's okay. So that means our opinion can stand. Wow,
Yeah.
what a show! Thanks. I want to feature her again if you still have her next time you host. When do you host again?
August 18th.
Okay, I want to try to get Lori back on too, but Lori and Sydney know each other very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Lori will come back on with Sydney. Wow, maybe she'll have a Newfie Foster then. Every time Lori comes on, she's very passionate, just like you guys. She got bit by the rescue bug.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Look at all. Oh, somebody posted. Uh-oh. I'll look at this after. Looks like we're getting spammed. Maybe you see that, Molly?
I do. Yeah.
I don't want to just block them because it may be somebody the rescue knows. So, but I'll find out, and then if they're not, then I'll block them after the show because we're not going to have that crap in this on our show. The show's not for that. All right.
Right.
So this show is to, show people what fostering's all about
For the dog.
while showing adoptable dogs. That's what this show is about. So,
Absolutely.
and it can be any breed. We just haven't had just any breed on yet. All right, everybody. Before I get beat up by a girl again, we're going to call it a day. And see you next week. Oh, next week we got Matilda coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Sydney will be here next week. We'll see what happens. Maybe we get Lori on next week. I don't know. She was on, 2 weeks ago? We'll see. Viewers may not want to see that much of her. We'll find out. So.
It'll be a good one still.
Lori is going to beat me up. You know that. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, hang on. I got to fix this before I'm screwing up. Our producer's off today. All right. So, okay, Kara and Monique, thank you for bringing them on. Thank you very much for fostering them. And look at him. You can do anything you want to Howdy, huh? I see Buzz heading that direction. I see a mellow boy coming up in future life. So Let me know if I'm wrong. Bye, everybody.
Bye.